revenue are equal. Yeah, total cost and
Equals your total revenue.
yep,
So it said, yeah, what is meant by break even? So break even is
a business when there's neither profit nor
no
loss.
loss. Yeah. So you could say TC equals to TR or TR equals to TC. That's break even. Okay. The second question says,
Calculate the revenue per day.
we said revenue, that's total revenue is PQ, price
Yeah,
multiplied
PQ,
by
price
quantity.
multiplied, yeah,
So here we have the
So-
price per passenger,
which is $2.50.
number of passengers per day, price per passenger per journey.
Yep,
So that's where we're going to get our
revenue.
So we have, okay, that's clear, right?
Yeah.
So let's look at the third one. The third question says,
The third question. Identify and explain two objectives Y2M might have if it was in the private sector.
yeah, the first one we done, second, okay. Now they said, I find explain two objectives Y2M might have if it was in the private sector. What are the objectives of a business?
Mm-hmm.
If it's in the private sector, what
Creation of jobs.
objective
Yeah.
of a private sector business? A private sector business thinks about profits. So one of the objectives of a private sector should be profit maximization.
Yeah.
That's profit.
Second.
Okay.
Hello. Aywa.
When we talk about objectives of a private sector business, the first thing that has to come to your mind is profit.
Mhm.
They want to increase profit maximization. That's an objective.
Mhm.
Two, you can talk about increasing revenue. Profit is
Okay.
not the same as revenue.
Yes.
Revenue is that you want to increase your sales.
Yes, and revenue.
Yeah, sales. It's not the same as profit.
Yes.
Profit is your revenue minus your cost.
Yes.
So you could want to increase your profit.
Mhm.
And to increase your profit, it's not necessary you increase your sales.
Yes.
You might reduce your cost also.
Yeah.
So an objective is profit maximization.
Mhm.
An objective is increasing market share. You could want to increase its market share.
Mhm.
Another objective is to reduce its cost of production.
Mhm.
You get it?
Yes.
Another objective could be to render service. Let's see, they said it's in the service sector, right?
Yes.
It could want to increase its number of services. That's another objective.
Mhm.
So these are objectives, and so these are objectives this company could think about. Do you get it?
Yes.
Then the fourth question. Identify and explain two pricing methods Y2M could use. So first, you have to understand the kind of market Y2M is in. We have different pricing.
Transportation.
Yeah, so we're talking about the pricing strategy now, the pricing method. It could use price skimming. It could use competitive pricing. It could use cost plus pricing.
Okay.
So, but let's talk about price skimming. For price skimming, based on, let's see first. The Y2M is a bus operating company in the public sector, so it's in the public sector. So because it's in the public sector, most of its competitors are in the private sector. So it's ideal for Y2M to use competitive pricing. That means it could charge the same price as those of competitors.
Yes.
That was the first one. Two, it could use price skimming.
Yes.
For price skimming, though, because it's in the public sector, it could think about penetration pricing. It lowers its price. It could lower its price so that passengers might start using its service.
Yes.
So it could use competitive pricing. That means charging price as the same or almost the same as that of those of competitors, and to penetration pricing, a lower price, so that they can start using its own service too. Is it clear?
Yep.
And the E that said, do you think Y2M should pay its workers the same wage rate as its competitors? Justify your answer.
Of course.
You said yes?
Yes.
Why yes?
And sometimes even more.
But remember, Y2M is in the public sector, And being in the public sector, you might not have, it's a public sector, you might not be able to charge as high as private sector businesses.
Oh,
As a result of that, you might not be able to pay. So to pay the same wage rate with increased variable cost to 2.2, you see. If it start paying the same wage rate as the competitors,
mhm,
the variable cost will increase,
mhm,
which means the profit for Y2M might fall.
yes, yes.
Do you understand?
Mhm.
But if Y2M is able to, it depends anyway. So we can say yes, we can say no. Saying yes means we believe if Y2M charges the same price as those of competitors,
Mhm.
it might attract the best employees.
Please, yeah.
It might attract the best employees and even charge more than competitors. It might attract best driver
Yes.
around. And attracting best drivers would mean that there's going to be better service for Y2M. And that could increase its customer loyalty,
Mhm,
which could generate more revenue.
mhm,
But charging higher prices or paying higher wages or paying less wages now,
mhm,
let's say paying with less wages would reduce its variable cost, which means Y2M might make more profit.
more profit.
And making more profit would allow Y2M to buy more vehicles. Do you
Mhm.
understand? And could be able to charge lower prices.
Mhm,
And charging lower prices could also attract workers.
clear.
Is it clear?
Yes.
So that's all about question 1. So I'm just going to recap it. We said the first question says
Break even.
break even.
Yeah.
Break even is when the business is not making profit nor
No
loss.
loss,
That's your
yeah.
total revenue equals your total cost.
Total cost.
And to calculate your revenue per day, it is your PQ.
Yes.
P stands for the price,
Price,
which is
and Q,
2.5, and Q
yeah,
stands for
for
the
the
number of
quantity.
passengers, quantity, which is 90. So
90.
2.5 times 90 gives you that. And the third one, we talked about the objective of Y2M being in the private sector. One could want to increase its profit.
Mhm,
It could think about expansion,
mhm,
getting more boss. It could think about increasing market share, which
Mhm.
would lead to increase in sales.
mhm.
So, and that's all about that. Let me write them out, okay?
Okay.